get questions a lot about showing different types of draws with the sword. I'll go over a couple of them with you, but there are not a lot of details in these. It's just something you can practice. If you're at home, go ahead and grab your iaito or your boken, and you can work with me. I'm using a sharp katana. Do not use that in iaito or bato jitsu unless you have a lot of hours of practice, thousands. So be very, very careful. These are dangerous. Be very, very careful, please. One draw, standard draw, is a forward draw, as if I have to move into the fight and kill. Very much like the philosophy of Musashi. In the Book of Five Rings, he always talks about don't bother with retreating, move forward, cut the opponent, get through the defenses and cut. So a forward draw would mean I'm moving forward, drawing the sword to cut the opponent. However it comes out, vertically or horizontally, don't worry about those details. Just get the darn thing out. It's like a 6-shooter in the Old West. Who cares how it comes out of the holster? Get it out to get the job done. It's not about the detail. It's about the results. From here, I'm moving forward, hugging the ground, drawing the sword out, drawing the scabbard back with my hip, and doing, in this case, a downward cut down, one-handed to the opponent. These are not armor-based techniques. They're one-handed often. Edo period, samurai versus samurai without armor, wearing regular clothing, kimono. Again, drawing back, moving forward to draw. That's a diagonal, a naname type of cut. You can do a horizontal cut. In this case, I turn the saya to the left. The blade is to the left, so when I draw here, it cuts out across the body, arm, or leg. Cross cut here. Down, back into noto. Diagonally from my right to my left, so drawing out in a big arc. Perhaps to dodge is one way of doing it. So I'm here, dodging down to this position. Try to keep these movements 1, maybe 2 cuts. That was the goal, not to fight, but to cut down the opponent, let them bleed out, remove a wrist. Here, ichi, ni, san. That's a good way to do it. So I'm coming diagonally down at about 11 o'clock here. Ichi, ni. Drawing, cutting this way. So it's out, across. Footwork, get off line of the attack, perhaps underneath it. Drawing out, cross the body this way. Diagonally up, turning the saya over. Blade is now down, drawing out here in this kiriage upward cut. So as I move off line, drawing down, here, up, into the opponent, finishing how you need to. That's a kiriage. Kiriage from the other side, drawing out, shielding, coming up from underneath. So from maybe hasso, opponent's coming down, drawing up, cutting under the arms or wrist. That one again, ichi, ni. Down, diagonal. Diagonal, across, up, straight up. Cuts coming down, retreating backwards with a kiriage. Straight up the middle to the groin, inner thighs. Striking with the kashira, the butt cap. So getting off line, hitting here, down to the opponent. Other way, kashira this way. Butsumetsu, turning the blade over, down here. Lots of ways to do this. Vertical, tate shield, one-handed straight up, blade toward the opponent, moving off, cutting down how you need to. Your right arm is damaged, you can't move, so you have to use your left arm on your saya to hold it, to draw from this position. So holding your hip here, using the hara, squeezing, drawing out one-handed, this position. Another way to practice, there's so many. Left-handed draws. There were left-handed draws in ancient Japan, but they were usually kept secret. It was illegal to be left-handed, so if you're a lefty, drawing out this way was a good way to fool the opponent or to think, my right hand's over here, drawing with my left. Left-hand ski, out and forward, stabbing in, again, out, forward, here, straight into the face of the opponent. Of course, you can do it right-handed as well. Moving forward into the opponent. Very scary. Be very careful with a sharp sword. Grabbing the kashira, so grabbing out here. Again, unusual. Drawing out and forward in. Pushing the saya back with my right hand across the body, Drawing out with the left. Extremely unorthodox, not shown anywhere really. No rules to this. No rules. Get the darn thing out and do the job. Ichi, ni. You could throw the sword from here. Ski thrust. We're walking forward right into the opponent before they blink an eye. Trying to move in, walking out, drawing in. No intention, just drawing here forward, doing the job that needs to be done. Those are just a few draws. Horizontal, vertical, diagonals, straight in, one-handed, left side, moving offline of the attack at all times, trying not to stand still ever. The key to swordsmanship is footwork. It is not power, speed, strength, it's position. It is chess. Move your piece diagonally back into the squares, left, right, forward, back. Just like that show, The Queen's Gambit. Try to imagine yourself on a matrix, on a chessboard, and no matter what the attack is, getting offline as I draw my weapon. Standing still is a rarity unless I go into kamae. Drawing backward diagonal here with a downward cut. Forward diagonal, perhaps to stab someone behind or use a shield. Or, of course, moving left, one-handed coming in with a left-handed dominant hand draw. Every single teacher I've worked with has said, don't get stuck in the form. You learn the form to start, of course, but you let go of the form after a certain amount of years. Because to be in the form, you'll lose. The opponent needs to attack a formless object, a formless person with no feedback, and that's how you'll win. That's it for today. Please be careful. Try not to use a sharp sword because you can cut fingers off and things. Use a non-sharpened sword or a wooden sword with a scabbard, or make your own somehow. You don't need a lot of money to study this. You can make your own sword, carve it out of a tree, out of a branch. Pick one up at your local flea market. Get one off of eBay. Even Amazon sells wooden swords. Do something to practice, because to just watch and never do is really only living halfway. Have a great day, everybody. Good training to you. Please be safe and have fun with it. The fun and the learning process is where it's at. It's where we're going to learn the most. Don't take it too seriously. Have a great day. Bye-bye.